Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change.
Please help me, Facebook.
No, you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad.
The girl put a wig on, dressed up like my mother, and seduced my father while he was drunk.
I don't fucking take smoke, I'm a poker hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you
And there's a hurricane.
Crack your holder too.
Where? Is it in Kentucky?
Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.
I've got $20 in my fucking name. Just trying to get by, man. I hate asking anybody for a damn thing. I'm stuck. I don't know what else to do. But I need some help. I ain't got nowhere else to go. I gotta do something. I think she's got to do this right here. Watch them first.
I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
You remember they said it's supposed to say official in the little seal, right? Obviously, they're idiots. It doesn't. It says official or official, right?
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jimbo.
And I'm Kemper.
We're coming to you live from the stand. What's up, everybody?
Thickly
Hey,
live.
girl. Everybody's been alive. Been worried about you. How are you? Welcome in the chat, Kim Louise. We love you too, girl. We're glad to see you in here tonight. Been a lot of people worried about you.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people asking.
Let's see. What up, Night Watch? Mr. Scott, that girl, there's a bunch of you in here. I see Skunk Ape is in here. Also, Carious Queen is in here.
Well,
Good deal, girl. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Kim Louise. Prayers do come true, y'all. And speaking of prayers, I don't have anything. I'm not going to say anything negative about BDAC, but the only thing I think at this point, I'm going to add his family to my prayers for their comfort, because he's a father and a husband and all that. Even though I didn't like him, he's gone, and his family does need comfort, because whether I like him or not, his family loves him.
right.
So, and they lost somebody. So, prayers for his family.
Whose family?
Information out there, huh? What'd you say, Gilbert?
Whose family? Whose family again?
BDAC.
Oh, BDAC passed. Oh,
Yep.
well, it's less money for Ernie.
Yeah. It was early on in I can't remember what panel I was arguing with BDAC on, but he was actually on the panel, and I threw up Ernie to him, and he said something about he had at that point had given Ernie over $1,000. which in the grand scheme of things, if that's, pretty much the bulk of it, that really ain't that much. But yeah. Well, we'll move on to something more positive. You know, it's I didn't realize he was that young. He's 56.
Wow.
I felt like he was way older.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
I understand why you would think that.
hmm Well, I mean, like I said, he did accomplish some big time things. 56 years.
Right.
So
Hmm.
you got a big family here, Kim Louise. All right. So I've been talking to Kemper here for, well, off and on a little bit today and yesterday. Kemper has not heard Ernie's new claims of his released military records. So I figured we'd have a little fun, play that, because y'all know you're going to hear Kemper laugh.
Most likely.
Oh, you're going to laugh, bro.
Well, you heard me laughing when you told me what he said, so I
Yeah,
can
oh,
imagine what it's going
my
to be
gosh.
like when I hear it for myself. Like, wow.
He was in the Gulf War. He was in Desert Storm. He's
Well,
got
see,
19 kills.
but you got to think, okay, like he always tried to play like he wasn't telling people that he was a military and that he worked for the government and all this kind of stuff. But yet we've seen things like, Nicole Pace saying, yeah, he told me he worked for DHS and was military.
Yeah,
How many other people has he said that to privately, especially when you're hearing it in phone calls? Like it makes you really wonder how much he was actually um, feeding them bullshit and they were eating it up.
yeah.
You know?
Same here, Dark Angel. It's about 30 degrees here right now. Let's look check. Oh no, it's 28. Woo! Colder than a witch's titty up here, boys. How cold is it in Michigan? Pretty cold. Or y'all still wearing hoodies up there? Must not hurt me. All right, let me pull up Lightning Tiger. I don't remember when he starts talking about his military, but I think it might be right in through here. This is 5 minutes in. This is Yeah Mom's video, you guys. If you haven't seen it yet and you watch it here, please go at least watch some of it there.
It's
And,
22 here. Sorry, I was on mute and I was looking up the temperature.
oh, that's fine, brother.
I couldn't flip back over quick enough.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, there's the link to this video actually that we're getting ready to stream a little bit. So yeah, give her a like and a share and comment on that thing. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah, here we go.
22 and it feels like 12.
Kim Louise, thank you for gifting 5 memberships to the Sand. We effing love you for that.
You having a hard time finding it or something?
Hell no, I've been listening to it for 5 minutes. I didn't share it,
I
did I?
can't. I can't hear it.
Because I didn't share it. I just been watching it
Well,
without
just be
y'all.
stingy.
That was
Be stingy.
Jail. Time is
Oh, Ernie.
if I have to say guilty, I don't know if I can do that. Because I've learned,
So also in this call, he he keeps referencing pleading guilty so he can just get out.
You know, the thing about it is, I always tell everybody, you know, you got to become more. But the fact of the matter is, the only way you can become more is put yourself through it to become more. It's just
Right.
not there.
Put yourself through it, Ken.
Right.
I guess that's what I'm doing now, because I'm literally put to the test every single day here. Every day.
I know.
By put to the test every day, he means he has to whoop somebody every day.
But in doing
Right. Sure.
something like this, it makes you think and it makes you a better person. It really does. You get to see who your real friends really are. You get to see what life's really about.
Yeah.
It slows you down. Everybody's
Yeah.
always in a hurry. Everybody's always in a hurry. In jail, time is of the essence. You know, it's like
It's staying still. Yeah. Yeah.
Barely creeps by.
Yeah.
And you do anything you can to make time go by faster. But the fact of the matter is, it don't. You get to see people's moods when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're mad. A lot.
Well,
So what's going on last night? What was you going to tell me?
I was all hyped up yesterday about the New York stuff because I'm hoping that the governor goes down too, and I think she's going to. They've ruined New York. I mean, you know that, Ernie.
I know.
For many times.
Read my papers. I got back from the military.
You got them?
Yeah.
Here we go.
PFC-ENG 1999, 11 Bravo Infantry. PFC-ENG 2000, 11 Bravo Infantry. Iraq 2001, 11 Infantry, 11 months. And Iraq Desert Storm 2002 Specialist. Iraq Demolition 77A. And Level 4 Army Combatives.
Ernie, I never doubted you.
A lot of people do.
But I did.
Never doubted.
I didn't realize
Sounds like she's doubting now.
that you did all of that. Wow.
I just read you the years and stuff. Mission Level 4 ETHE Austria, ETHE Sweden 3 months, Austria 9 3 months. That was what was in the blacked out section that nobody can see.
Yeah, let's look at
It is. Iraq Desert Storm. I've got 19 confirmed kills.
This dude has 19 confirmed kills when he was 12 years old. Am I right about that?
This idiot. Along with the 53 cats in the oven and every fucking thing else he says.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord.
He never told the truth a day in his life, dude.
Call me
Never.
back in 13 minutes, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, just 19, not what? Like, well, yeah, what? Shit. He was 12. He should have at least killed 12 more. I mean,
Right.
12 is 12. Yeah, I mean, but listen, Renee Marie, Dingleberry of the year here, starts crying because she just is overwhelmed with emotion, Ernie. She just didn't know you were this much of a man. You're the only real man on that platform.
You didn't know that, did you?
Oh, shit. I bet
No.
she's feeling it now.
Yeah.
I've got it all. I've got it all, the redactions, everything. Check this training out. It's 64 days of hell, captivity training, guerrilla warfare, raiding tactics, close range fighting, HTH, KT. Military.
Oh, yeah. by the way, did you hear him naming off those, like when he was in Iraq, it was ETHE or whatever?
Well, honestly, I'm sitting here thinking about it, bro. And back when Desert Storm was going on, I was still in high school.
Yeah, and you're
So were
4 years,
you.
or no,
And
you're more than 4 years older than Ernie.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like, what is he, 44?
Yeah, he'll be 45 in December, but yeah.
Okay, so 6 years. So his ass was in middle school when this went down.
Yes, like 11 or 12 years old, had to be.
Wow.
And
Like,
he
I'm
don't
not
even
old enough to be
realize
been in
too.
Desert Storm ever. No, no way. Not even if I lied about my age at 17. No, it wouldn't have happened. But um, this idiot's just going to talk about him being there and having kills and all this other shit that is truly stolen valor for anyone that has ever doubted what Jimbo or myself have said about
Yep,
him lying about his military service. Know that we were correct. You can't
absolutely.
doubt it now. The facts are out there.
Yeah, and he's the one giving them to you. He's spitting them
Yeah.
right at you. Spitting them right at you. He just wait though. I mean, you still ain't heard it all. This ETHE thing that whatever it, of course, it stands for something with extreme human trafficking or something. Anything that's got a T in it stands for trafficking. You know that. And H is got to be human. So, but here, yeah, he'll explain.
Operations and Ranger Chronicles.
Wow.
Kills. Didn't know that, did you?
No, and it's like
I've got it all. I've got it all, the redactions, everything. Check this training out. It's 64 days of hell, captivity training, guerrilla warfare, raiding tactics, close range fighting, HTHKT, militant operations, and Ranger Chronicles.
wow.
It's a lot.
Wow.
Jimbo acts like he knew me. Jimbo didn't meet me until 2001, too.
You always said that.
No, I always said that. Ernie didn't say that. I'm the one who told you when I met the fucker. Ernie would have made up some lie about it.
Actually, Jimbo met me in 2000, right at the end of 2002. Didn't know me.
No. I'm being a crybaby right now.
When the judge reads that, if they read that, well, the judge has got it. Judge has got it now. Lawyers got it. Everybody's a lawyer. Everybody tells me thank you for your service. I mean, it's crazy. But I
Ernie,
held that in YouTube because, you know, you don't talk about your stuff. I don't put my stuff out there. I never have.
I know you don't. I know there's a lot more. I know there. I could always read you.
You'll never figure that out, bro.
Ernie,
I laid in Iraq for 11 months. 11 and a half months, actually. I got credit for 11 months because that's as long as you can do in a tour. I got
That's
that
where
tour.
him and Craig K, they need to hook up. That's
I'm
what
telling
needs
you.
to happen.
I'm telling you, they were
Gosh,
meant for each other.
crazy.
Now, you reckon when that judge gets that, you reckon that judge, who is, I guarantee you, highly educated, and guarantee you was around
Yes, on Beach. He was 1979.
when the Iraq War was going on, and well, I'm sorry, Desert Storm and the Gulf Wars. But anyway, you reckon that judge is going to put two and two together and say, "Hold on, Ernie, how'd you do this? Is this document fake?" Or is that judge not actually going to see that? Because I can tell you right now, it don't matter what you've done in your past. You could have been the Pope. If you commit a crime, you committed a crime. It don't matter what you've done. Well, the Pope would have diplomatic immunity, but you get what I'm saying. Ernie don't have diplomatic immunity. So whatever you claim to have done in the past, whoever you claim to work for. Oh, and he brings up Don Jr. here too. But that doesn't matter. Now, maybe if you got Trump to write you a letter, it might help. But all that lying ain't gonna do nothing but put you further into the jail, son. And I'm here to watch it.
I got Sweden 3 months. I got Austria D29 3 months. I mean, you just half of it, just a little bit of it.
Now, he says Austria that time. Later on, he says Australia.
Hey. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, my buddy. Thank you.
Oh,
You are that man. You are that man, and I always
you are
knew.
that man.
I knew deep down inside, no matter what went on with the stupid shit on YouTube, I always knew.
That's why they would not beat me.
I know.
Never went out the
I
deep
know.
end.
Now
Huh?
you see why I'm having a hard time pleading guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want you to either, but it, you know, right now it's like a double-edged goddamn sword because they've trapped you, you know?
Nobody ain't trapped him, Renee Marie. And the double-edged GD sword was created by Ernie himself. Ernie antagonized people while he was running from the law. And you expect people to just take it from him, right? Oh, just take his shit, even though you know he's full of shit. Take his shit. That ain't how it works.
Yeah, I know. But you know, we have a thing that I've always believed. It's called leave no man behind.
No. No.
I think
And I
so,
won't.
Mr. Rose.
Okay. And if I did that, if I plead guilty to something I didn't do, all those thousands of people that are my supporters and followers, even though they're probably not my friends in best interest, all of them, but
They're not.
all my teaching, everything I've done for the last 3 years.
Skunk, I can tell you why Joe Biden didn't announce that he was going to pardon his son Hunter. In my opinion, that is. Because he knew he was going to lose anyway, but he knew he would have no shot if he had claimed he was going to pardon his son or had claimed that Kamala or that he was going to before Kamala took office. But now that Trump's taking office, oh well, I'm going to pardon him anyway. Fuck you. That's basically what he's saying. And honestly, if it were your son, put yourself in Biden's shoes. How many days does he have left on this earth? Would he see Hunter out of prison if he didn't pardon him? I don't know. What y'all think? Discuss it there while we listen to this bullshit.
It goes in vain. To stay on the path, I fail. And I fail them, and I fail everyone else if I plead guilty to something I didn't do. The way I look at it, when I laid in that desert, all those months,
So he pardoned 3
I watched
turkeys.
numerous of my friends die.
Yeah, 3 whole turkeys.
Over nothing, really.
You're right. I'll agree with that statement.
I feel if I don't stand up for myself and, don't say something at least, at least tell them that I'm innocent. Oh God, that went up there. It's gonna be a bad deal. Because the lawyer is only gonna say so much, I believe. I don't know.
Exactly.
Will you get a chance? Will you get a chance to speak to the judge?
I don't know. I have no idea. Only thing I know is I just got this papers in early this morning, about 11 o'clock. Well, about an hour ago. They brought it back to me. I've been reading them ever since. I had to sign. I told you when I signed the other day. I told you about that. And
yeah.
I got them today.
I mean, I know there's factors too, Ernie, when you were younger and what you went through with your brothers. But is this what caused most of the PTSD?
What did he go through with his brothers? Ernie didn't know but one brother. The rest came way later. So what did he go through with his brothers, Renee Marie? Because if he told you all he went through anything else,
He's
and
gone through a lot of bullshit because he knows he was involved in that shit, and he's stressed out, and that's why he's worried. That's
that's
why he
it.
runs down the highway. Shelby Shell's gonna shoot me. All that shit. So that's the PTSD that he has. It's called a guilty conscience for being involved in that murder.
What did
Renee.
he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
What did who say?
Shelby Shell's gonna shoot me.
Oh.
My brother's what caused all the PTSD.
Yeah.
The shit here, the Iraq wasn't really that bad. I mean, it was bad, but it didn't really weigh on my mind like my brother's stuff.
So Iraq really wasn't that bad. He killed 19 people, according to himself. He has killed 19. Confirmed. That ain't even counting the ones that he, ain't confirmed. But his brother killing someone else, and Ernie wasn't there, has given him more PTSD than killing 19 people? No. Put a one in the chat if you smell a little bit of bullshit right there.
One of my brothers was in Iraq and one served in Panama. They were both military police.
Very overused, Kim Louise, you're right.
My dad served in Germany during the Vietnam War. He didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't do front lines or anything, but he was there. He was in Germany. And he's got awards for being an ace at a tank driver. And my dad has had to do some things he didn't want to do too,
Right.
But would you believe me?
Yeah, because your dad was probably, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, was probably really in the Vietnam War. Ernie wasn't. Ernie wasn't in any war. He never has been outside this country.
This motherfucker's
Never.
never really had a fucking job.
Right.
Much less been in the military, you dumbasses. Like, you got some shit fucked up in your brain if you think Ernie was ever a veteran or ever a fucking worker at all, period. He's never done shit but scam and steal. That's all he's ever fucking done. He worked
That's
at the
it.
Hay House for what? A year and a half, 2 years, something like that?
Yep.
And that's the longest
Yeah.
ever, period. And we know what he was doing there. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just Eric Rush that he did that to.
Right,
So,
Kim Holmes. If her dad really was in the military, and I believe that, I believe he was. I don't know about the story about meeting Elvis, but maybe he did. But I will say that for someone like, I take it personally, and my dad wasn't in the military. My grandfather on neither side were in the military. Now, my great grandfather on both sides fought in different things.
See, that's the thing, man. My grandfather, he was in World War II, fought the South Pacific. He was in Korea, and he was in 2 tours in Vietnam. And not once did he talk about how many kills he's got and all that other shit. He didn't. Most veterans don't. And that's the point with Ernie. Like, he sits there and brags himself up. Most veterans, they walk with that pride. They don't have to talk the fucking shit. They've got that on lock. You know what I mean? So, um, it's just more fake shit with Ernie, and it boils my blood listening to him lie about having military service when in actuality he's never even had a real fucking job and has ever been part of a productive part of society. He's always been a drain.
Don in Austin says he's never had a passport. Hell, he had a driver's license in how many years?
Yep.
I think he brings that up too and says all he's got to do is go renew them. They told him that too. So only thing that's happening there is he's getting good news every day. He'll just stay in there.
Dad was in 1960 through 1962 or 1959 through 1961. And he was hosing down his tank, right? Cleaning it outside. And a guy walked around the front of the tank and Dad looked. And when Dad looked, the hose moved with him. You know who that soldier was?
Who?
Elvis Presley.
Right now, Mr. Sky.
Swear to God. Yep.
Wow.
So my little brother and I were talking about it. He remembered it because, I mean, my little brother, Brian.
Elvis Presley was stationed in Freiburg, West Virginia, or if I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. West Germany, not West Virginia, from October 1958 to March 1960 as a member of the U.S. Army. Elvis began his military service at Fort Hood, Texas in March 58 for basic training. So he was 58 to 60. And her father was coming into the military or went into Germany in 60.
Was a soldier. He was in combat, and he said, "Sis, do you ever remember Dad?" And I'm like, "No." So we looked up the date of when Elvis served, and sure enough, it was the same as my dad in Germany. Crazy, huh? We have so much to talk about, Ernie.
Oh, I agree with you, Scotty.
ETHU stands for, don't you?
What?
Yes.
When I was reading these missions and stuff, ETHU.
No.
Oh, here it is. Let me back it up a few seconds. Here's where it explains what ETHE means.
We have so much to talk about, Ernie.
You do know what ETHU stands for, don't you?
What?
When I was reading these missions and stuff, ETHU.
No.
It's eliminate trafficking humans everywhere.
Wow.
That's what it stands for, ETHU.
Wow.
HTHKT stands for hand-to-hand combat knife techniques.
Yeah, Jack, can you clean that shirt? I need to borrow it for $4.
Post-range fighting.
So I can wear it under my arm.
Guerrilla warfare, raiding tactics.
You don't have the white shirt? Nope.
Ernie?
Sitting here looking at papers, I'm like,
No, I don't.
I'm going to put a poll up,
brings
y'all.
back a whole lot.
Thanks for sharing.
I agree with that, Blessed. Never stressed.
I even respect you more.
When I get out of here and I get my driver's license, it's going to say veteran on it, and that's going to be, that's more than...
You deserve that. You deserve that.
I never wanted to get that out there because we don't tell. We never did tell.
No,
Tell where you come from.
my dad never
That's why I
told.
don't understand. That's why I don't understand people that run out and they, on the internet, on YouTube, and they're like, oh, Carl about that, It never made no sense because we've always told never tell, never say anything. If you're captured, you don't ever say anything. You don't know who people are.
No.
I never did. I kept it, and I bared. I pretty much bear all that from YouTube.
You buried it all.
All that stuff they tried to say. And I'm sitting here looking through government papers right now, and I'm like, it's a whole new different world.
Wish I had them in front of me for when I make that phone call on Monday.
There you go.
Thank you. No.
Miracles happen, right?
It does. It's got the stamp approved from the military. It's got the stamp seal.
So this is how you were able to laugh at Angelo when I would get upset at what he was doing. This is how you were able, because you knew. You knew.
It was fake.
No, he didn't know shit.
What he was talking about is on military police laws, one of the military police, 31B. That's just in 2001, 2002, or not, no.
No. He's not talking about your military police when you were in the state guard, because he showed the same fucking document you did, except his wasn't redacted. Yours was. Oh, hell. My bad. Don't vote. I'm going to change it.
So 2021, when I was military police, I just, I did a little bit of stuff with the state guard and stuff. That's what he's talking about, 56 days. That's what I was laughing for. I was sitting there thinking, okay, 56 days. And I was laughing because that's who he pulled it from.
Yeah.
The shit that I done was 98, 99, 2000, 2001.
So.
That was fixed.
So.
See, Hussein was captured. Hussein was captured in Iraq. Yep. Hussein was captured around 2003. That's when we had to do the 64 days of hell captivity training. And that's when we went into guerrilla warfare, raiding tactics, close range fighting.
So now Ernie is taking credit for being over there when Hussein was captured. Add that to the list.
That's when we took out his 30 command.
He'll be involved in Bin Laden's assassination too.
And that's how they.
Oh, I mean, it would only be right if he was SEAL Team 9, bro.
That's true. That's true.
Found him in a, buried him all shitty and everything, and then they let his own people hang him pretty much.
Damn. I'm wondering if you were in the same time my older brother was.
Bills of Operations. I got Ranger Chronicles. Got a loan.
No, you weren't, because he's older than you.
He's probably older than mine.
He's 61.
Yeah, I went in then. I went in.
No.
I went in 98. 99.
Yeah, Ernie, he was old enough to be there. You weren't.
I was 11 Bravo Infantry, MPGPFC, NG in 2000. And then when I went overseas in Iraq in 2001, I was 11 Bravo Infantry. I spent 11 months. I got credit for, I got 11 and a half months. I got credit for 11 months because that's how much they give you. Iraq Desert Storm was 19 because I confirmed. So I got 19 confirmed kills in Desert Storm. I was a specialist in 2002, Iraq, Demolition 77A, 12 confirmed kills, level 4 Army combatives.
Okay. So he was in Iraq in 2002, right? Is that what he just said? 11 months in Iraq in 2002, which still doesn't make it Desert Storm. But he said that he didn't meet me until the end of 2002. I don't think that's accurate. I think it was more like early 2002, because by early 2003, I was running MMA and had put Ernie out of business. I rented him my wrestling ring for MMA shows in 2002. I'm pretty sure. Somebody could check a copy of the book and see it's in the first chapter. But yes. So if you were in Harlan the entire year of 2002 promoting MMA shows, you also said you lived in Cincinnati with Farron Vanover for 2 years and worked for a bar owner up there. And there was a story about you stealing his Hummer or parking his Hummer at the wrong place or something, if I remember correctly. So you absolutely weren't overseas in 2001 or 2002. Not once, not twice, not ever. And I'm going to go back and find this shit. And I'm going to message Farron, who lived with you, kicked you out when he caught you wearing his underwear. And we'll find out what he says. You all were best friends till you wore his underwear.
And then ETHE in Austria, D29 3 months. Sweden 3 months. And 64 days of hell captivity training.
2011.
Raiding tactics, close range fighting, HGHKT, militant operations, Ranger Chronicles.
The man that
Go ahead.
the man that they made a joke out of is the real man.
It's real.
You're the only real man. You're the only real man that was on that platform.
I was.
Okay, he's the only real man on the platform. That's funny as hell. But yeah, Mom, I gotta thank you. I gotta stop and thank you right now. I've heard this thing 3 times or 4. I have only seen it once, and I'm watching it right now. And I just now noticed that your laughing wasn't ha ha, it was ja ja. I am so deeply appreciative for your knowledge in this community.
But see, that's the way, even when you watch, do you know why I always say everything?
60, I think.
It's like a movie for
Yeah.
Because if you look in the movies, the heroes are always the ones they say hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
And in the end, they find out that they've badly mistaken.
What movie are you talking about, Ernie? Where the hero is the one they said hasn't ever done anything? Let me think. Clark Kent. I mean, nobody thought he was Superman, I guess. Let's see. Spider-Man, Peter Parker. You see, but they all got alternate identities. You don't. You stand out like a sore thumb with your bow legs and your 5'4" walk and your cowboy hat with your fake gator teeth on them. And if you guys are still wanting to bid on the gator toothed fake hat that may or may not be contaminated with HIV sweat, you can still bid on that. Southern Girl's got the bids up to $500 now.
And they fucked up the wrong one, right?
Yes. And you always said,
yes, ma'am,
you kept saying and saying, it's time you all know the truth. But it never came because, I don't think they would have believed you anyway. Ernie, I hate these people.
You best believe, honey, if Ernie had that on a piece of paper somewhere, he would have already showed it. Do you remember the shit fit he threw when he got the email back that said the veteran's name is Shell? Trust me, if any of this were true, you'd already seen it.
They're the most evil, corrupt,
send me some, please.
Lying snakes I've ever seen.
Who knows, Blab?
Your own people that once cared about you.
People make fun of him, but they talk about Chris Severe being a lawyer and stuff. He said he was going to marry his computer. You heard that, right?
Yep.
He did that as a joke because he had Apple beat, he had Samson beat, he had.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And he too also was special forces. Chris was.
Chris was Special Forces of Liberty.
I know.
And he was a hell of a lawyer.
Wow, they've done some.
Hell of a lawyer with a, I'm just going to say it, Gmail account. I know, but I'm not a lawyer.
Bad damage.
But before he left out, he wrote the SOCA Act, the Save Our Children Act.
No, he didn't.
And you see, it's been passed by so many states. Bandit did an article on it. Did you hear Bandit's YouTube about it?
Yeah, but Bandit can't get you nugget out of his mouth.
No.
The Bandit did something on the Special Force of Liberty and what we are.
What we are? You mean what you were? Your so-called lawyer wasn't about to beat Apple or Google or nobody. If he was about to beat them, why didn't he? Why didn't he become filthy, stinking rich and forget about any more worries until the day he dies? Why didn't he do that? If he's going to beat Apple and Google, why did he do that, Ernie? So he could make a joke out of his career, never win a case for an awesome lawyer, you say, and try to, and you know the reason why he was suing his computer was because he was suing Apple and Google is because he was addicted to porn. Right, Ernie? The man you traveled around with and from hotel room to hotel room was addicted to porn. Wonder what's all was on his computer, Ernie? Got any pictures of you? Videos? I bet.
How do you think the name is there, Special Forces of Liberty, and why?
I know.
Because our motto is De Oppresso Libere, which means to free the oppressed.
Yep.
Leave no man behind.
Last week, Isaac did do a live, and he told the people that they're all psychotic for what they've done to you, and that they're in for a big letdown.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
All right, we're gonna go on and listen to this too, but I mean, is this dude like really just got up on the high dive and jumped right over the end of the deep end? Because I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, let me pull this up here for a sec. I'm confused by this. I don't understand. Surely, here's my only theory, not explanation, but theory. My theory is Skern Dog had zero idea that these phone calls were ever going to be heard by anybody. So he just pours it on as thick as he can get it to the most gullible idiot on YouTube. Here you go. Here you go, Renee Marie. Grab hold of that. Let me reel you in here. Now listen, don't pay attention to the ages. No, don't pay attention to the ages. I was 12 years old, and I went over in Iraq. 19 kills. Confirmed. Gotcha. And you fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I'm going to wait on Kemper to come back before we share any more of the video. I want him to see it. Yeah, the judge ain't going to listen. No wonder the judge would lasting to or all earnest bullshit saying, Ernie better hope this shit don't make it to trial. And that's what, I can't never remember that one dude's name. That irrelevant guy. That's what he's trying to say is, Ernie's rights have been violated. No, they ain't. He don't have no guaranteed right to privacy. What are you talking about? They record what goes on in cells for jailhouse confessions. They record everything that goes on the phone. Every letter that goes out. Every letter that comes in. They cut it open and read it. Believe that. I know. I got friends that work right over here, 30 miles away at the Manchester Federal Prison. You don't have no expectation of privacy, Ernie. When you speak to your attorney, you do. When you speak to medical, you do. That's it. And Mr. Irrelevant, you're too dumb to see that. You're too dumb to see that. What do you think about his military record, Mr. Irrelevant? What do you think about his military record? You like that? I mean, you're going to have to come up with some doozies to match up to that shit. Yeah, why don't he, Lisa? That's a good question. That's why don't, hey, Ern. Somebody send Ern a text on his text app tomorrow and ask him, hey, Ern, why don't you get Chris Severe to represent you? Now, I know when Ernie gets a text message, he texts right back and says, who is this? I can't see on this end. So you don't have to tell him who you are. You can be anybody you want to be. Know what I mean? Now listen, I'm sure that somebody's going to call him tomorrow and say, Ernie, Jimbo's on there telling people to text you. No, I ain't. I'm just saying if you wanted to ask him. That's how you would do it. I'm not even giving nothing up. I don't know how to get it. Unless it's on Isaac's channel. Whoops. But Isaac's going to put that out. Hey, Pink Volo, member for 21 months. Stand fam proud. We are proud to have you too, Pink Volo. I got a couple of things I want to share with y'all, but I don't know if it's the appropriate time. But I will soon, hopefully. While Kemper is accidentally booted from panel, y'all watch the Michigan Ohio State game this weekend? I thought we might have to send out a rescue team for Kemper, which I ain't got nowhere to, throw no shade. My little Wildcats finished a terrible season, losing 41-14 at Louisville. I take it you are also an Ohio State. I know you're an Ohio State fan. I know where you live at. So don't dox me, bro. I got you, Paige. Listen. I said it when Kemper wasn't around. I was trying not to cause no trouble. Luna, member for 20 months. I love the Stan family. We love you too, Luna. We're going to try to get Kemper to give you that 40%. So I think you'll make it 50%. Narcissistic Times theory. Ernie knows his phone calls are recorded. He's fully aware of his lies, so either he's ignorant his lies won't hurt him, or he's hoping to appear mentally unwell and sick to get times. You know what? I would agree with that. I don't think Ernie's that smart. But yeah, I mean, that's possible. It sure is possible. All right. I didn't want to share any more of this video without you being up here. So
sorry, man. I lost reception on the way home.
I figured that's what I figured. You're having some reception issues at the moment. We'll bring back up the video here.
Go in and say, type in, what does the writing on the Special Forces logo mean? rest of the week, but I'm going to speak short. You there?
No, I'm going there. Okay.
Kemper, do you remember? I think it was before a split. I got a phone call. I was out eating with Thelma at a Mexican restaurant, and I got a phone call from a really manly sounding woman, or kind of like this lady's gonna sound. You're gonna hear it. And she was telling me all this stuff that she's seen something in her mirror and her backup camera in her car, and she thinks Ernie put it there and shit like that. And she's worried about Ernie's coming over there. That's what this woman sounds like to me. That's what this woman sounds like to me. I don't know if I sent you all of them, but I heard it the
Is
other
this
day.
still Renee?
Huh? No. This is Margaret. This is Margaret, not Margaret from Harlan.
Right, Margaret from Florida.
Yeah.
I think it's from Florida.
I think so. I think you're right.
SF crest, then circle scroll, which arches at the base.
I don't know, because I'm telling you, I think she got a country accent. She might be from Florida, though.
There's Special Forces Motos, D. Oppressor Libar, Liber. I saw this somewhere the other day. What does the special? Okay, here's the Trump Special Forces crest. Is that what you want to know?
The D oppressor bar. What's it mean in print?
That's what it says.
Yeah, you might be right. There ain't really that much of a Appalachian twang on the end of it.
As the oppressor Libar, and it says this is translated from the Latin as to free the oppressed.
To free the oppressed. Well, Paul. It's a the oppressor bar.
Free the oppressed.
The oppressed. The oppressor bar.
Yeah, and it's spelled, the word is spelled D-E.
He does.
Then O-P-P.
Hold on a minute. Let me write it down.
Hey, Gimper, spell this. Hold on a minute. I got to write it down. Like, did you want me to spell it or not? I don't know.
Okay, man.
He's really hateful with this woman.
I'm sick of this dog. I was fine last week.
Is it, listen, is it capitalized D?
Yeah.
That's what about D-E.
Now, the regular one is D-E. Tell me when you want me to say more.
He asked her, was it a capitalized D? It's all capitalized.
Yeah, come on.
O-M, no shit, O-P-P-R-E-S-S-O. Then a separate word is Liber, I-L-B-E-R. So that's D-E-O-P-P-R-E-S-S-O L-I-B-E-R.
I know. Is D-E separated from the O-P? Is D-E separated from the O-P-P?
Yeah, D-E separated from all of it. Then in the middle of Presso, it's separated.
Yeah, I got it. So it's D-E space O-P-P-R-E-S-S-O space L-I-B-E-R. That's what I thought. And that's to
free the oppressed.
That's what I thought.
What up, Bill Kennedy?
How's it pronounced? How do they pronounce that? The oppressor? Does it have a pronunciation?
L. Kennedy, I know you didn't just do it specifically for me, but the last video that I saw, and shared. I really appreciate you taking the time to go way back and get some information that, you know, actually show people's true colors. I really appreciate you doing that work. And I mean, it's things I
really?
wanted to say, but couldn't, you know, I don't have the skills to go back and get those receipts like that. We'll watch it here too in a few minutes, Kemper. We'll take a
Cool.
little break and then watch it.
Cool.
This is D. Presso Libar or Liber or Lieber.
Patient for it.
I think you're talking to me.
Yes. How do they pronounce it?
Huh?
How did they pronounce it? Pronunciation for it.
Well, it's just the pronunciation. Well, the correct pronunciation. I'd have to look up the pronunciation.
Pronunciation.
Yep, pronunciation.
Wow. Not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. Wow.
I told you, bro. I told you this is a good shit tonight. What is the Green Berets motto? So this motto he's giving her is the Green Berets motto. Shit.
Yeah, look at
I
it.
would say it's about like what you said though a while ago. The oppressor Labar or Laber, maybe.
Just let me see.
And then let me. You got all this, and then it means to free the oppressed. I'll go look.
I got that. I know what it
How do you
means.
correct
I know what it means. I'm just trying to figure out the pronunciation of it. I know exactly what it means.
What I'm fixed to look
What
to
I'm
see.
seeing.
Well, I'm having to put the phone away from me.
You'd think Redstone, if he put in all that time, and is really that man like he says he is, like he would know how to pronunciate it. I don't know. Pronounce it.
Just type it in, and it tells me I don't have my speaker ain't working right or something. Okay, let me see. Let me get a grip on it. Or how? Pronounce. He's up
Burning up
okay, so looks like it does it. Yeah, okay, it's going to tell me how to pronounce it. You want me to listen to it, or you want me to try to find a place that it's spelled?
No, I want you to listen to it. Or either way.
Let me listen. I'm fixed to listen.
What'd you say, bro?
I didn't say anything. I think it was that lady.
Oh, yeah, it's either that or one of them dudes in the background in the jail cell there.
Yeah, but press over the breath. Let me do it again. Da, oppresso, liber. Da, oppresso, liber. Okay, de oppressor, liber. I ain't very good French. I just did or whatever it was, but it's de oppressor, liber.
It's Margaret, I think. Yeah, it's Margaret, Beth.
I ain't got
I know that.
fanciness to
But
explain
the pronunciation is Da Presto Liber.
Here's a Renee call coming up.
Hello? Hello, this is a free call from
Honey.
an inmate at the Madison County Detention Center. To accept this free call, press 0. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hey,
What's up?
nothing. Having my second cup of coffee.
Hey, I had to take a break on that last phone call. I really did.
It's okay.
You got it in my feelings.
I did too. My cheeks were wet.
The thing about it is, what's missing on YouTube when anybody's up, on panels and stuff, is the realism of it. And that's what I've always told. Being real, you'll go through a lot of things, but nobody can beat real. You can't take a foundation that's made of clay and beat something that's solid. And that's why I said they'll always fail. It may not be now, but in years' time, after that clay wears around, water starts hitting that clay. Well, your foundation, what you build on, is you ain't got no structure.
What the fuck metaphor is he putting this towards? Like what? How is this relevant for anything he's done or said?
I don't know.
Hey, Christy Blue.
Who knows?
Just like, build your foundation. Now, it's an old Bible parable, or song, I guess. But
You mean the wise man built his house on the sand and the one
Yeah.
on the rock? Yeah.
Yep.
There's no structure. Therefore, they fail. That's why they'll lose. I may have to do, the thing about it is, I may not get out on the 3rd, and then I may get out. I don't know.
He didn't. It was October 3rd, and he didn't make it. Here we are going on December 3rd. So, wonder what changed now. Ern Never Stress said, Ern lives on that phone. How's he have time to work out, shower, eat, etc.? Well, he doesn't shower much. I'm sure they make him shower in there. You're right, though. He spends an excess amount of time on the phone. You would think other inmates would, I don't know, get mad, or I don't know. I've never been in a crowded jail like that and needed to use the phone. But I thought I turned that off. Guess I didn't. But yeah. Anyway, I knew he would go crazy not being on the phone, and well, he's found a way to use it all the time. So as long as he's got money on that line.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows how everything is. But the fact of the matter is, what I hold by hand right here, is way more than, just the distinguishedness of it means so much to me. I was so young when I did this stuff, and now I'm like, that very stuff that
Yeah, 12 years old when you killed 19, but that's pretty damn young there, buddy. Like, John Rambo ain't got shit on you.
done when I was so young may be what gets me out of all this.
And he was a Green Beret.
Because of who I was.
Yes.
But the thing about it is, either way, I'll be free.
You notice he's picked up a new Ernism since he's been in jail? Either way.
I hate that. I don't want you to plead guilty either. But I don't want you sitting in there either. But my gut tells me if my phone call can't get anywhere on Monday, that they are never going to show up to trial anyway.
You talk about
because
the people against me?
Bolt.
Yeah, I know. Bolt and Steve Butler. Fact of the matter is, either way, if they give me the diversion, which is a felony that never show up on my record, if they give me if they drop the other charge, the bail jumping charge, which I've got legitimacy, I've got documentation, hospital documentation, proves all that.
You got hospital documentation that after you didn't show up when Kemper, Thelma, and I were in court, the next court date, like 5 or 6 months later, I can't remember what it was, but you were in the hospital then too? Because that's when the bail jumping charge came from. The other one was failure to appear.
If they drop all that and they give me a diversion, on the Class C felony, and nothing ever happens. It never goes on my record anyways. They can never look it up.
Right.
I'll be free that day.
I got two questions for you, okay, before we get cut off again.
Well,
I remember the date of the event happening with the van, and you had only had that van a matter of 2 or 3 days, correct?
correct.
YouTubers called and said you were a danger on the highway. They took you to jail, correct?
Do what now?
YouTubers called and interfered and said you were a danger.
YouTubers called. I did not.
Okay, dokie. Here, Renee Marie, let me give you a little lesson right quick. Let's put me and you back here on the screen again. A little lesson about calling in a dangerous situation as opposed to interfering with an investigation. When anyone made that call, you see, he had Tina Simmerly, and what's that other nut? Something Carter, right?
Cindy Carter.
Cindy Carter on there telling him, "Get away from that van, Ernie. It's giving you a frequency attack. Get away from it." And Ernie, and he has said this, I've got it on a recording, told me that the only thing that was going through his head was, woo, woo, woo. He was having some kind of breakdown. Methadone. If it wasn't medicine, then something else. But he was absolutely dangerous. He could have got himself killed. He could have got ran over on that busy highway. That's a busy ass highway right there. He could have really ruined families and for a long time, you know. Kind of like what he does when he throws the HIV in somebody. But that's neither here nor there. But just in case, here we go, Renee Marie. That is a emergency call, a good emergency call, a good time to call. That's not interfering in anything. There was nothing to interfere in. Nothing.
I did not have possession. I did not have possession of the van when they got me. I parked the van. I was walking to walk the. I walked in order to get this PTSD off of me, to get back to myself, for like comfort and to get.
Yeah. So you are the one that parked the van in the Mexican restaurant.
Yes.
And went for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
To try to come out of it.
I went across the road. I was going across the highway when the police picked me up.
So your follow-up question, Renee Marie, should be, so Bolt told you to leave that van at the Mexican restaurant. And if your answer is anything other than yes, then you are 100% guilty of doing what you have been arrested for. You failed to make a required disposition of somebody's property. That's on you. You did that, not no friggin' YouTuber. You just told Renee Marie you did it at 2 or 3 in the morning. And you didn't know what you was doing that night because you told that cop that you had used meth. And then you go on and say, oh, I didn't say that. The cop was in shock. No, he wasn't in shock. I got that clip too. You said a lot of bad stuff about them boys in blue in Richmond.
Okay. So, are you telling me that this alleged damage happened in the parking lot of the Mexican restaurant when they took you in?
There was no damage. What happened is they didn't give me no brakes. What happens is they didn't give me no brakes for the equipment, the delivery stuff, what we hauling. It moved around. It moved around inside the van. I only have one crate. It was moving around inside the van. And the damage you're talking about is styrofoam. It's styrofoam. like was inside the van to keep it warm and stuff. It was just a couple pieces that was busted. I don't know where they got up to $500 or whatever.
How would you know a couple pieces were busted, Ernie? And why did you tell the police officer that arrested you when you were completely coherent? When you left the courtroom after pleading down on March 28th, 2022, when you left that courtroom, you were arrested. You were fully coherent, all decked out in your cowboy hat, with Xander standing right next to you. So don't do the Shelby way and change your story 100 times. Pick one and stick to it. I bet not many people are going to remember that. I'm glad I just did. Also, when you talk about that just being styrofoam in a van, no, Ernie, it's not. And I know you don't know dipshit because you have not had a vehicle to have worked on since 2017 that was actually yours. You just let them go. What? Like leave somebody stuck with the payment. It wasn't your daddy's inheritance. Anyway, let me see how the kids were when I did this. I'm going to say that James and Sarah were the only two kids we had done. I'm going to say probably 14. No, actually, wasn't that long. 2015 or 2016. Right before Christmas, I had a bulb go out. Actually, the bulb wouldn't go out. So I took it down to the, it was my car. I took it down to the Owens Auto to have it worked on. Put a bulb in it. Bulb's $2 or $3. Maybe it was a really expensive bulb and it was $8. Let's say that. Well, when I got back to pick up my vehicle with the new bulb in it that didn't stay on all the time, and here's what they told me: $240, Mr. Collins. Huh? I might be off on the dollars or whatever, but it was quite expensive. Now I can tell you right now, I had some work done to Sarah's car recently, and gonna have to get some more done. But a mechanic here makes about $80 an hour. Now that's just a mechanic.
Well, he said it was
pay.
insulation in the van, right?
Yeah, he tried to make it off like it was old styrofoam. Then he said, to keep the van warm.
Right. But the thing is though, he don't know that, these people didn't have extra insulation put in there and it cost money. You know what I mean? Like what you're saying, he's never had to really pay out of his own pocket to have anything fixed on any of his shit.
Right. I
He
mean,
never has. He's either let it go or somebody else pays for it.
Exactly.
So like with him talking, oh, it's only styrofoam. Buy the styrofoam and then talk about it, Ernie. It wasn't your property. It was their property. And you were responsible for it. And it was damaged. And they had to go and file a police report to get their van.
Yep.
Okay? So there's a lot going on there that you're trying to deflect, and you're not going to be able to deflect it, bitch.
Yep. Make it sound like, oh, ain't no big deal. Judge gonna let me add
It's some styrofoam. That styrofoam could be some special insulating shit that cost them a few hundred, if not more.
I'm sure it was
You
from
don't
a
know that.
cargo van, from Bolt. I bet it was. Yeah, I bet it's that spray and stuff, and then they had the styrofoam over it for cosmetic purposes.
What was it? A Dodge?
Shit, I can't remember. It was either a Dodge
or a Grandmaster, or was it a Sprinter van, or?
Shit.
Because I do know that there are, like, to replace that kind of stuff, it does cost money, quite a bit.
Yeah.
because you got to have it installed and you got to buy it.
I want to say it was built like an Astro van, like the captain's bucket seats and in the front with the little thing in between them. Because it was it was nasty. So, but yeah, something like that. Yeah, he wasn't towing the van from Ohio and left in Kentucky, so towing, or at least towing to a garage. But, and if you're going to say, well, what about the insurance? Well, what about the insurance? He's got to pay the deductible. You owe him, Ernie. You did not return his property. You owe him. And you had the van longer than 2 or 3 days, too, because we remember when you said you were on the beach down there in Mexico handing out water.
Right.
You were down there for like a week. So
helping out at the border,
mhm.
taking supplies, whatever. This
Yep.
dumb fucker.
He's banking on, and he might be right, but he's banking on so much time going by that they're going to say, just let him go. And that may have been a thing that would have been possible. But do you think this man from Bolt, he's named him now. I'm not going to say it, but he just said a few minutes ago. You think he might be a little upset with the way Ernie's acting on the internet?
Well, I would be.
I would be too. Oh, damn. We lost Kemper again. A lot of businesses, auto deductibles are now between $1,000 and $5,000. Yeah. Yep, that's right. So for them to pay a deductible to fix $500 worth of damage, well, I mean, that just don't make any sense. The criminal who tore the thing up, that's who should pay the deductible or pay to have it fixed. Yeah, he claimed he absolutely did. He claimed that somebody carjacked him. Then he changed that story before he got to the jail, and when he got to the jail, he said it again. So he changed that story twice with the cop, the carjacking bullshit. Welcome back, brother.
What's up, man? It was a Ram ProMaster.
Is that what happened? You went to look at it and lost?
Yeah, when it kicked on, it kicked me off.
Narcissistic said he change his stories up as well. Oh yeah, he told the cop 2 or 3 different things, and he's digging himself a big hole here, and he just too dumb to stop doing it. Like here's the thing, and I don't know. I have technically heard some of all the calls, so I know like who's been called. And I'll tell you this: nobody named Jeremy has been called. Not one fucking time. If you know the story, you know who that is.
Okay.
There's nothing Jameson outside of it is perfect.
That's who I'd be called.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm correct on my facts, but I remember what I read. You know what else? Jody and Audrey know the truth too. They know the truth.
I do agree with Renee on that point. They know the truth. They know, just like a lot of them know, that, yeah, bullshit is going on. And they've been lying to people for years.
Yep.
I thought I pushed play.
But nobody will stand up, will they?
No, there ain't nobody gonna stand up. They won't see me go down for something I did not do. That way they say, I told you. But the thing about it is,
No, we
either
want to
way,
see
I'm going to
you
be.
go down for all the shit that you've not gotten in trouble for, plus anything else. You deserve prison, bitch.
He absolutely deserves it, and I don't think, you know, I don't think there's anybody here at this channel um, that wants him to go to prison for something he didn't do.
But the
No, we
thing
want you.
is there's
We
so
want you.
much that he has done to people that he's not even been charged for.
Oh yeah,
I think it's karma. It's fuck it. If he didn't do something and he goes to prison, fuck it. It's karma.
yeah. Well, you know,
Personally, you know.
Debo, regardless of whether she's wrong, right, lying, telling the truth, or whatever. Well, she had a Zoom meeting um, to press more charges on her. Well, it was during the Helene and all that was going on, and she didn't make the Zoom call on court. So, well, that's what she says anyway. So you got to look at that and say he dodged a bullet there, regardless of whether um, he was ever found guilty of it or not, or he was guilty of it. That would have been, the grape on his resume, on his record when you look it up. So, it's crazy.
I know that in my heart. I'm going to be. I mean,
Oh, hold on. Let me back it up about 5 seconds because he's getting ready to get into LARPing really good and going for, the heartstrings here.
that way they say, I told you. But the thing about it is, either way, I'm going to beat this. I know that in my heart. I'm going to beat it. I mean, I'm going to beat it.
Okay, let's pray for that then. You definitely got a light around you, Ernie, I can tell you that.
Here's the thing. Everything I told the Secret Service, if I was a liar and I was lying, I'd be arrested right now. I'd be gone.
Correct.
I'd be in Washington right now. I'd be in Washington right now serving time.
No.
They wouldn't fool with this. They would automatically come and jerk me up and put me in Washington, D.C., where the January 6th people are getting killed. I swear
And that's who's actually and what you've actually been ever questioned for by Homeland Security, FBI, and I know because I provided your phone number to the FBI agent to call you out of Knoxville, Tennessee. So they did investigate you for January the 6th. And I saw those pictures we was watching the other night that we were talking about the other night, Kemper, when I was looking through I was trying to delete some out of my library, and the hippie bus, Trump bus or whatever was on there. And Ernie had it for sale for
Hippies for
$40.
Trump.
Yep, hippies for Trump. He had it on there for $40K. He said it was property of Tina and Xander now, and they want $40K. Hey, Erica, you just not coming in?
Yeah, she's been taking one of those old man naps,
Well, that's all right. It's all right.
Yep.
That's what I would be. Everything I've said, I've been proved found innocent and found true. Xander sat in that damn room with the Department of Homeland Security, and he heard me pretty much talk about everything.
No, what Homeland Security talked to you about, dumbass, was what you did, what you claimed you had done on your social media on January 6th. You see, they really look into that one pretty seriously. It caused a little stink, in case you don't know. So, yeah, they that's why they looked at you, Ernie, because you probably still, if you go look at his shitty little Facebook page, has pictures of him up there saying, under in the captions, the Trump's side has the upper hand now. You know, we got more than they got. We got weapons. It's dumb
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah. Well, he was trying to make it sound like there was a revolution and he was there, ground zero, part of it.
Oh yeah, I was looking at those screenshots about that conversation, and
Mm-hmm.
he was telling me then, like, bro, get all your ammo before this date and get everything. You'll have food, have lights, have water, um, backup lights, and gas in your cars, extra gas in your trunk. I mean, he was giving me the whole list, you know, of what you need if in the apocalypse, I guess. But anyway, he was like, you know, there's he's going to declare martial law, and I was like, no, no. And he goes, you just watch. I'm like, okay. I'm still waiting on it. That's been a little bit, but yeah. Those I also found the screenshot from Angelia when she said, "You've always been good, Darnie, even when he screwed you all over."
Yep. And she was the one that said that the nurses told her that there's methamphetamines in his system.
Yep, that's in those screenshots somewhere. I didn't see it when I was looking, but that's in there too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find my little. I got some windows open now. All right.
Even Tina talks about me being on the phone with Donald Trump Jr. She remembers that.
She remembers that when he's on the phone with Donald Trump Jr.
Right.
I'm here to tell you right now, beyond the shadow of a doubt, if that boy right there was any kind of friends with Donald Trump Jr., it would take one phone call, and one way or another, without any ties to anybody, Skirndog would be released.
Well, you
I
would think
guarantee.
with his ties to Trump Jr. or with Mike Huckabee, something would happen,
Oh,
right?
I forgot about Huckabee. I forgot about him.
You would think, or the fact that he used to work for the Clintons, because that's another thing Tina's mentioned.
Yep.
So, all of his political connections, especially around the DOJ,
Yep.
you would think he wouldn't be in jail right now, right? You'd think the charges would be dropped, but no.
Yep.
She talked about that.
Somebody has to pay consequences for making false reports to three-letter agencies. This just can't happen.
The way you fool with that is you hit it legally, and I'll be able to hit it legally now that I'm free. When I'm free, and hopefully,
Right.
See, that's what made me think he's leaning towards signing the plea deal, because
Yeah, but that's the thing though. He's not even his pretrial is this month.
Yeah, I know.
He shouldn't if he had a plea deal at all, he would either had it the last court date or this one coming up. So these phone calls, he wouldn't be knowing all this. I think it's just fluff. Personally.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying the timeline, he shouldn't have had a plea deal already there.
Yeah, because this is prior to October 3rd.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's fluff.
Yeah, and he's known to do that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 6 more days, I'm free.
I hope so too, Ernie.
Spoiler alert: he
See?
did not
6
get
more
free
days
on
and he's going
October
to be
3rd.
free.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: it's October 6th came and went, and he didn't get free.
Shit, we're 2 months after that.
Yeah.
And he's still sitting there hoping to get out, right?
Yep.
That ain't going to happen.
Having to whoop somebody every day. Listen, he's on the phone too much to whoop anybody.
If he was whipping somebody every day, he wouldn't be on the phone at all.
Right? Yeah,
He
he'd
would
be
not have
watching
those
his damn back.
privileges. They wouldn't let him out because he'd probably get into a fight. They'd probably have him locked down.
And he'd be watching his back. Or not.
If I am free, when we meet up, can we have a little celebration?
Oh, we're going to have a big celebration.
I think he's asking for poo.
You can run down the street. You can
No,
do
he's wanting a
anything you
dildo
want.
show. That's what he wants.
I bet you haven't heard nothing from me. I'm happy.
Maybe he's got a bag of tricks and he's going to let her play with them and him watch. Is that what you're talking about?
Tricks.
Not in the last
By the way, I called SG a trick on community post a while ago. 3
few
times.
days. I don't know how to explain it all to you. She goes down these rabbit holes that messes with her head, right?
The what now?
Apologies to SG. I think it was actually Katie.
And a couple of times she's kind of messed with mine, because it makes you think. Until I started to catch on, because I'm no dummy, right? But
I told you she
sometimes,
went to jail. I told you that.
huh?
She didn't tell you that.
No.
Did she?
No,
Don't never say you that.
I won't.
She was in there because Secret Service had a fall, pulled her fall, because they arrested her too.
Hey, don't tell nobody that.
She didn't think that I seen her. I did see her. I watched her be arrested. They took me to the squad car, and they took her the other direction. I watched him put cuffs on her.
Wow. She just might lose against the ex.
Do what?
She just might lose against the ex.
She may, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, she's you know how they say you get a sickness like over covering a case, like let's say with Hawkins County, right? You can't let it go. It's morning, noon, night, 7 days a week.
Right.
Now, we all feel the same about that. You know what I mean? But you can't let it take over your life, right? I'll be able to tell you a lot more when you get through this.
See, here's the thing. She's got all my stuff, which
I know.
mean, one good thing about this is I don't have to lose anything ever again after I'm done with this. I don't have to leave things. I don't have to just get up and leave.
Right.
I can keep things. I can keep my things.
I got a feeling you're going to be checking in with a probation or a parole officer, sir, whenever you get out.
Good luck. Good luck staying in compliance.
Yep, because you ain't never shown that you can.
Yeah, we're going to be watching.
Yeah, we are.
I'm having these military papers. Actually, I've got one that's an actual credentials thing here. And I'm actually going to have it framed and put on the wall somewhere, probably at my mom's or something like that. Something I know I'll have forever.
Yeah.
But I've got. This is,
She has promised. She has promised not to hold your property.
I know. I told her she did to my sister, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna keep it because I promised I'd tell you. I don't believe in that." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever, But
what's up, Freeside?
She promised.
I'm not going to go back in. I'm not going back to South Carolina.
No.
I'm not doing that. And if I have to lose a phone, I hate to do it, but.
Ernie's got your hat, the laptop, the new.
So, if you're paying attention to Skirndog, remember his brand new iPhone, $1,000, blah 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 blah, titanium, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, that is the phone that lady's keeping. She kept it because she paid for it.
Who did that? Margaret?
I think it's whoever is in South Carolina, whoever they refer to as Agent Helms.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. I got you.
Yeah. So she kept it. And, you'll hear Ernie say, I was going to pay. I even offered to pay the damn bill. I've been there with Ernie. Yeah. Right. I've been there with Ernie and with an iPhone. It was an iPhone XR back in the day. And guess what? Ernie took it, sent me one payment on that one, which is, one more than he ever sent me on the truck.
I was about to ask you how many he sent on the truck.
Yeah. And, yeah. So one payment. And then he took off.
Narcissistic Times, yep, said if Ernie supporters had put as much heart and passion they've done for Ernie into a genuine person or a cause that they could have moved mountains. Such a sad waste of great energy, time, and money. Yep.
Sure is.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
I hate to lose everything. I hate to. And I don't think she was either. I think when I got out, I called her from a regular phone and talked to her. She would send me stuff. She would send me my stuff and everything. I hope she would, anyways.
I mean, she could send it to me and she won't.
Right. She could send it anywhere. I mean, just as long as I can get it.
And it doesn't matter because your phone is your phone. Nobody can get in it, right?
Right.
Nobody.
I mean, nobody. Anyways, it was dead. There was no time on it. There was nothing.
Right. And nobody wants to look in your phone. I just want your property.
But but here's the thing. She wanted the code to that other phone, did she?
To the new one, and I understand that because it's a $1,000 phone, right?
Yeah.
I get that.
Well, I wanted her to take it back. I wanted her to, if I want to go back and use it, just take it back. Because that's what all she complained about was take it back.
Yeah, that wasn't his first question, though, was it? It was like,
no.
Oh, she wants the passwords and new ones, which means he's told her no, that he's going to keep it. But yeah, he's going to say, yeah, I even offered to pay the bill. No, you didn't.
He might have offered, he never would.
No.
He's never, with what money? Like somebody else's money that he's going to go beg for and then turn around and give them? Or, I can't, I don't have enough this month. I'm having to sleep under a bridge on the streets. Like, you going to let a veteran sleep under the bridge? Blah, blah, blah. This is the kind of shit he does.
Yep.
Complained about was take it back. She had me put on her. I didn't ask for that. She said, hey, I can get you a phone. I can get this here. I'll have you put on my, I've got this build up stuff and I can have you put up. We put it on this political stuff here and we can do this. And I'm like, okay. I even offered to pay the damn thing. I offered to pay it. And, cause I like the phone. It's pretty cool. But, I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. If she's already doing that, already saying that, it ain't worth the long run.
No, you're just like me. If you're gonna do something,
she still don't have her phone back. So both of y'all full of shit.
Somebody and then throw it in their face and guilt them. You can have it, but that computer is a $700 computer.
Yeah, I know.
And I want it, and I want.
Not no more. It ain't.
Your new clothes, and
I didn't get to put. I only got to put one shirt on. One of your shirts. I have one of your shirts on.
I know the green one.
Mm-hmm.
What a whirlwind that was.
But the funny thing about it is, when Angelo pulled that fake ass shit in South Carolina and stuff, he said I was wearing pants. I wasn't wearing pants. I didn't have no pants on, and when I went to jail, I don't have no pants on my property. I have cut off jogging pants, like jogging things.
Wow.
So either way.
Why? Because tornadoes kept tearing his pants off.
Jerking his damn socks off and leaving his shoes on him.
Wait, I get to look like a bum when I get out of here.
No, you look like a bum all the time.
Right.
Well, I'll try to get her. I'll try to get her to mail.
This is something very important. Do what you said you're going to do. But look, I got some things I need to talk to you about. I'm reading you these military things here. I'm reading you all of it. I stopped with the Ranger Chronicles. The next thing was 2015, 2016, or 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And that's what the Special Forces of Liberty, all that is. See,
the entire year of 2017, you pretty much spent robbing Dr. Sack.
Yep.
And then you ran your shitty event in October and cost Dr. Sack tens of thousands.
It was
You ran away
like
like a scared little
50,000.
bitch. Yep.
Yep.
Crazy amount. Then he ran away like a scared little bitch and fake wrecking his car.
Yeah, the same cash that bought that Lexus that he wrecked. Yep.
Yep.
Before the event even happened.
Yep. So he definitely wasn't over there doing anything in the military.
we acted on a military thing. See, we was joint operations with the chief of joint operations in the military. So we was part military doing that with the Save Our Children Act. Donald Trump.
This is all QAnon fucking style bullshit he's spitting.
Yeah,
Man.
he's getting ready to throw Trump in there too. Watch.
He probably saw that in the Q drops that happened that month.
Mm-hmm.
He really did. Like, it's so fake and pathetic.
Doing that with the Save Our Children Act. Donald Trump is the one who recognized all that. That's why when the Florida governor got a hold of it, he automatically made it in. He had his people change it just a little bit and made it into law.
Yes.
That's why a lot
That's
of
not
other
how that
Republican
works.
states follow.
Nope, not at all. But he don't know that because he didn't finish high school.
Yeah, the governor just don't go and make a fucking law, dumbass.
Yes.
Florida, if you notice during this time, listen to me. This is very, very important. Very important. Grady Judd.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Look at the time. Look at when he started busting pedophiles. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, all the way to now, right?
Correct.
Who was president?
Yep.
We pushed those bills.
Do you hear what this motherfucker is insinuating? Hey, fugitive. How you doing?
I heard what he just straight up said. I don't know about insinuating. What did you hear him insinuate?
That he is working with the military on operations, and he joined alongside. He joined the Florida governor and Grady Judd in 2016 because that's when he did all his. That's when they started busting pedos.
See, that's the thing though. That's literally the shit that QAnon pushes. That there's a secret part of the military that's working for President Trump to go after all these pedos, et cetera, et cetera. Right. And so that's always been one of the main bullshit points of QAnon. And you hear Mr. Man, Ernest Shell over here with his Pizzagate theories talking dumb shit.
Yep.
But I did straight up just basically hear him say that he was pushing laws into states and they were passing them through.
Yep.
That he was pretty much saying that he was connected from the executive branch to all other branches of our government.
Yeah. Kim Louise, I would think they would have the names, flagged and they would pick it up anyway. I would hope so anyway. Any mention. But you never know. I mean, he's been attempted, 3 times in the last 4 months? Let's see. Let me get back on this.
For all that to happen in the past, and Florida was one of the biggest states that picked it up. Tennessee picked it up too. Kentucky has not picked it up. Kentucky did pick it up. But a lot of the, I'm trying to think, a lot of the South states, other states, Georgia, places like that, picked it up. South Carolina picked it up. West Virginia picked it up. You know, all the main southern states pretty much picked it. Alabama picked it up. Arizona picked it up. I mean, there's a lot of states that picked it up. I think we have like 35 states that picked it up. That's a big variable right there. That's a big, huge percentage.
Yeah, that's big. Wow.
That's why now, when anytime you log in on any kind of computer, phone, cell phone, it don't matter if it's Apple, it don't matter if it's what computer, it don't matter if it's a Mac computer, what it is. When you go to any kind of adult site, it automatically asks for your age, and when you click that, it confirms it, and then it has your IP address, everything. If you ever look at child porn or anything like that, it automatically hits. There's a hit on it. That's why so many people get busted and stuff. That's why they have so many raids now. Night Watch was real big. I'm telling you, there's Night One, Watchdog, and they was like the decoys and stuff, or Grady Judd and stuff. So, but if you look at the time he started, when he made his big name, was in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When we passed all that, when the combatant human trafficking got passed by Donald Trump, but everything's got to do with the SOCA Act and the Save Our Children Act. Save Our Children.
Wow, that's
Ernie,
funny.
is there anybody?
I'm reading. I just Googled how many states passed the Save Our Children Act.
Uh-huh.
It says there isn't much information about how many states passed the Save Our Children Act, but there is some information about the Save Our Children campaign and other related acts.
Seriously.
Let's see here. Yeah, there was the Protect Our Children Act of 2008. The Protect Kids Act, this bill also known as Parental Rights over the Education and Care of Their Kids Act. Okay, so that's not it. Kid Proof Act of 2023. Yeah, like I don't see anything about many states even putting this bill into a vote. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's fun just to see how much bullshit rolls out of his mouth.
Yeah, and how much people suck it up. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. It's
I
just
mean,
because he
they
rattles off
claim
some
to be,
words and they
yeah,
go with it.
yeah, they claim to be intelligent.
That knows all of this, like help.
I've already done it. I mean, the military record and stuff is going to save them everything. I mean, I've got 6 pages here, 6 pages. And that's a lot. That's a lot for the time I spent in the military, what I'm doing. First,
How much time have you spent in the military? Idiot. Check in on our poll. How honest was Ern when telling Renee about his military record? 90%? 0. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, that's 0. 0 honest, got 90%. 33% honest, got 65%. Nobody thought he was 75% honest. And only 4 people. Renee, you bush watchers, 4 people, definitely in the bushes, said 100% honest. I doubt it.
first term, I got 16 and a half months. And that's active. And then I've got 2.5 years inactive. And then I've got one year completed special operations and missions.
How many years do you name off?
That's a lot for somebody.
16 months, 2 years, and a year. So 3 years, 4 years. Let's see, 4 years, 4 months, something like that. And none of his friends can ever remember seeing him in a uniform or talking about going to being deployed. Nothing. Not
Seen
one
him in a
single.
cap and gown, bro. Like, what the
No.
fuck? He wants to play like he did that, but no. You got to sort of graduate before Desert Storm so you can actually be in the military and go serve in Desert Storm. Dumb bitch.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot.
Oh yeah,
I've been to Sweden, I've been to Australia, I've been to places like that. Amsterdam.
Sweden, Australia. Now he adds Amsterdam.
Everybody's all on here. Everything's on here.
wow.
Here and I got neat, nice and clean. I got a letter. I got all that. I got everything. I bet you ain't nobody else in the court that day gonna have anything like this.
Again, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you worked on the SOCA Act with Chris Severe. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you signed up for the military and never went to basic training. Doesn't matter. They don't care. To them, you are a suspect in a crime, and they're trying to prove you're guilty.
No. They interfered with your case in Kentucky. They dang.
No, they just served to me. A sheriff's officer served them to me. He had to read them over and show me what it was. So he had to read it.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Tears was coming out his eyes when he was reading it.
Yeah, mine. I did too.
So they had his military records served to him. Not a normal guard brings him his mail like, well, hell, 100% of every prison everywhere, except that one. There, it's served to you by the sheriff's department, and they have to read it to you. That's why I can never work for the sheriff's department, bro. I just can't read that with them. Before serving it to you. And while this particular sheriff's deputy was serving Ernie, he started crying. Reading off all of Ernie's things that he's done, and he's in there for nothing.
Do what? The sheriff was crying?
Yeah, that's what Ernie just said. Let me back it up about 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, listen to this.
No, they just served to me. A sheriff's officer served them to me. He had to read them over and show me what it was. So he had to read it.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Tears was coming out his eyes when he was reading it.
Yeah. Tears, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even touched on that one.
It's a lightning tiger. It's another lie from the lightning tiger.
Gypselina.
Nicolina joined?
I said
Howdy,
Gypselina. The true gypsy.
Oh, Gypselina? You said
Yeah,
Gypselina,
Gypselina.
didn't you? What? My bad. I was laughing, though, in my defense.
Yeah, mine. I did too.
When he was reading it to me, things I've done, these tears coming out of his eyes. He said, he looked at me and he said, I want to thank you for your service. He said, he started talking about some things. And the whole booking committee, the whole COs and everything that was behind in the big booking agency, they all were sitting there with their mouths crying. I told him I want to get on with my life.
You know what they say? Everything happens for a reason, and there is good things coming out of you being there.
Yep. He's not hurting anybody right now.
That's huge. Ernie, you're so much stronger than what you give your credit for. I don't even know why you're still half sane. I don't.
He's not.
I don't.
You're dumb.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
You're dumb.
All right. So I'm telling you, bro, let me put this back up here.
He is a weak pathetic piece of shit human.
Right? Like,
And any person that believes him and helps him at this point in the game, if you believe him, I don't care what your connection and what's going on between the two of you. If you believe him, you deserve everything that comes your way. Because I know that me and Mr. Collins here on panel for the last 3 years have been making sure anything that we could find about Ernie was put out there. So I know what's been said and I know what's been shown. And if you're still okay with that and you're still helping Ernie, then so be it. It's going to wreck your life and I'm cheering for it. I hope it fucks it up totally.
yep, me too.
I really do, because that's what you've helped him do, is fuck other people's lives up. So I don't care how much you start a channel and start talking about how shitty of a person Ernie is. You knew last week, you knew the week before, you knew 2 months ago, you knew a year ago, you knew 3 years ago. Take
Yep.
your punishment.
Let me pull up Bill Kenny's video I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't seen it, but looks like it'd be a good one.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
I mean, she usually does some really good work anyway, so.
Yeah.
I know you said it's your favorite so far, so it's got to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Find some late here. That ain't it. Oh, hell, I'm going to play the van video, too. We'll play it after this. Oh, here we are.
People that scream rape for attention, and it completely normalizes rape. It makes it anyone can say it now. It's just overused and also calling people pedophiles, right? Everyone just will randomly call you a pedophile if they're mad at you. It's just, I don't know. I hope, those are pretty dangerous words.
A PDF file to take the supposed proof that you claim and take it to the authorities.
One moment. Since you ask that, since you ask, the definition of a pedophile is a person who is sexually attracted to children. Jimbo, you married a fucking 12-year-old. You married a 12-year-old. You married a 12-year-old. You are, by definition, a pedophile. You are a pedophile. He was 17, right?
There is a missing teenager, whatever, minor. She's 17 years old. She's going to be 18 in a few months, okay? She is the girlfriend of Geppetto's son. Yeah, it was bizarre. It was real weird. And so he's talking, she has a relationship with her family. I guess she doesn't want her contact with her father, but wouldn't a responsible parent, especially the parent whose child or whose son is dating that child with all the Frank shit going on, wouldn't you think that it would be a good thing to just reach out and say, hey, we saw your kid, she's fine. The girl's 18 now, remember? She turned 18, she's a legal adult, right?
Is he a pedophile by definition? He was 17, right? Married a 12-year-old.
You and your Ozempic having ass, you look like you're melting. Quit calling people fat boy. You were fat boy. Fatty cake, beef cake having bitch. Squashing little children, you pedophile. I have a problem with people accusing other people of being pedophiles in my chat. And someone, I'm sure it was whoever was saying shit, you guys, you're welcome to drop down in my chat. Drop down in my chat if you have something you want to discuss. I don't allow people just making these accusations of pedophilia and child molestation and stuff in my chat unless there's proof. So somebody was in my chat calling Jimbo a pedophile, and I said, do you have papers on that? Are there papers? Is he on the sex offenders list? Is he registered? No papers, nothing. And I said, then stop saying that in my chat. I don't allow that. I don't want that.
Right? Everyone just will randomly call you a pedophile if they're mad at you.
Those are pretty dangerous words.
Yeah, I thought El Candy really
Good.
showed the hypocrisy right there. And I had another one up here. Let's see. Let me delete this one. Or not delete it, but move. All right. This is a Mr. Nobody classic. It's a preview to a movie. If you haven't seen it, you are going to enjoy it.
Love a trailer.
Me too.
Sort of like that one that you made on iMovie.
Yeah. This one is Captain Krama Cosmic Studios, or Comic Studios. Thanks for watching. This is, see the name of it here. Colonel America, the first LARPer trailer. And I screwed that right up.
Hey, look, you know how you're always talking about how you can simulate all that stuff in the computer? You know? What's the difference? You know, we can use it. We can ask it questions. We can put it in real life sexual situations and see how it reacts. We're sick the minute shit you love. Anyway, get to work.
Okay, that's not all we can do with my stuff. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this. The problem is, it's a lame idea, okay?
Not a lame idea. The problem is your computer's a wimp. You need a lot more power to this. That's the problem.
What do you suggest?
You're like an asshole. This had better work. This is just a blueprint, okay? Now look. You like it?
Bigger your tits. Go, 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 go.
Even the knee shooters, eh?
Are you ready? Are you sure this is how they did it?
Yeah, it's all written down in the note. Now tie off the kites and hurry down as fast as you can.
3,
It's Ernie.
2, 1.
Vital signs are normal. 50%. 60. I'm giving an option, but Captain, if I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow. That's 100%. Mr. Stark?
Son of a bitch did it.
Good stuff.
Hell yeah. Always good to get a laugh in.
You should play that one clip I sent you.
The man?
Yeah.
I've got it pulled up already.
Good stuff.
This is what Renee and Ernie were referring to when they were talking about the YouTubers set him up. that he didn't do anything wrong.
Continue on US 150 East for 18 miles.
Let's go see us in the road.
The vehicle turned off. No, I'm not getting my car.
Good night, Amber. Thanks for hanging out.
Literally right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I don't trust that car.
Wow.
Good night, Amber.
No. Look how filthy it is, bro.
Yep. Remember how his car used to be, though, too.
Yep. They probably paid somebody to clean it. It started right up. And right there where he's at, he's, I don't know, nearly 2 hours from Richmond, which is where he was arrested later. So I don't know, what he did with the van or whatever, but he
Are they
told
telling him
somebody
he's having a
story.
frequency attack yet?
No, yeah. There's a Cindy Carter in the chat there. Oh, Heath in the chat.
Yep.
Sure don't. No, Carter didn't trust him at all. He's just wigged out, dude.
Yep, he's tripping.
Sounds like it's running just fine, like smooth. What the hell is he doing with his phone? Oh, he's probably trying to kill that frequency attack. I forgot.
He was listening.
All you hear was he's off and running there.
Yeah.
Don't worry. There's more. No, there ain't. That's it.
But there was more.
There is more though, but yeah.
He ain't right in the head.
No.
He was hearing noises when he ran down the highway the day that Phil supposedly put a knife in the tire well of a car that he was in, and he was running away from it. Phil was after him. Somebody was in his back seat. Similar things happened with the van. I mean, what do you do?
He did damage in the back narcissistic times. It was, in Ernie's words, styrofoam. It's a styrofoam. Yeah, but Ernie ain't never cared about nobody else's property because he ain't never known what it's like to get out and work and have to do it.
Yeah, he's never had to pay for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even truly know the value of money because he's never earned it.
Mm-mm.
It's sad. But he still doesn't know. He's still in jail doing the same shit.
Yep. Lisa said he was tweaked out from being awake on days on end. Yeah, I mean, he really was like, he was always live.
I was going to say that's the way his pattern has always been, though. He'll go for 4, 5, 6 days, hardcore. Like he'll do live streams until 2 a.m. Next thing you know, he's live again at 6 or 7. And just do that shit all fucking day for days upon end. And then he'll have one fucking live stream that's just off the fucking chain. He does some dumb shit and he disappears for 3 or 4 or 5. And then comes back and does the same thing again. And that was always his pattern. No matter what, you could guarantee, you could fucking bet your oxygen that's how he was going to roll.
Yep. He was really one of them. He still is one of the most predictable people ever.
Yep. But we had to be stalkers to do what we did. No, we just had to watch 2 or 3 times and we knew what was going to happen. We just had to figure out who the fuck was involved with it. That's all we had to do.
Yeah, it never changes with him.
Mm-mm.
The only thing he'll do is he'll add another friend or kill or something to his story. But yeah, it's never ending. He goes from one story to the next, one town to the next.
It's always his health, and then he's got a new job, and then he's a victim, and then we restart. And that's just over and over and over. Repeat, 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 repeat.
Narcissistic. There wasn't anything stolen that I know of from the back of the van, but they did charge him up to $500 worth of.
I think Ernie actually said in one of the phone calls that he's being charged because some of the tools.
Oh, did he?
Not tools, sorry, like a skid or something was missing. So there was parts or something that he was supposed to deliver that never was delivered.
Oh, shit.
I think that's what I heard him say. Somebody could probably say more because they probably listen to the calls more than I have, but I'm pretty sure it's what I heard him saying like last week sometime when we were listening to calls.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about his court stuff. And he said that. And I was like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that might have something to do with the charge that he's got because, I mean, there's a lot going on there. A lot. So, I don't know about computers. I know that I'm pretty sure it was a bin. Like whatever he said wasn't fastened in this last call. I think that's what's missing.
Yeah, he said there was one of them rolling around back there.
Yeah, sliding around back. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd be willing to bet whatever that was, when they found the van, it wasn't there anymore.
Well, I hope he pleads not guilty because I want to go to the trial, find out how he answers some of these things. Inquiring mind.
Yep. Let him drag it out. I want him to because he gets maxed out when it happens.
Right. But if he cut a deal, you never hear the truth. He'd say, Trump did something or the governor did something or something, Yeah, you never know what really happened. You're welcome, narcissistic. Yeah, but there's so much misinformation out there, and I mean, some of it's close to being true, but it don't make it true.
Right.
You know? And
But
that's
yeah,
what Ernie wants it to be. He wants
that
you to say something that's a little wrong. He says, "See, they're making that up. That ain't me."
yeah, they don't know what they're talking about. Look, they're wrong right here. Look, and it's something stupid every time. But he was doing that before any of this started here on YouTube.
Yep.
And that's what we warn people about. Hey, man, you got to be correct with this motherfucker. Otherwise, he's going to try to turn it on you. So, yeah.
What's like?
That's why I've always tried to be that way. I've always tried to be on point with it.
Yeah. You know, when he well, you was talking about before we
Well,
went to
Skunk Ape.
YouTube,
Oh,
huh?
I'm sorry. No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I was reading Skunk Ape's comment. He said he's already talked about cutting a deal. He said in the phone calls you played tonight that he hates to plead guilty to something I didn't do. He
Yep.
might still do it, but I don't think he's been given a plea deal. Not yet.
No, I
If he
think
did, it
he's
was this last court hearing that happened. If he hasn't, it will be this one coming up because it's pretrial conference. I know at both of my pretrial conferences, that's when I was given my plea offer.
well
So I'm just going by what I experienced in the state of Michigan. It might be different, but I would assume it's going to be very similar.
in 2011 when he did the wrestling scandal there. Um, he told me the governor pardoned him.
I'm sure he
So
did.
maybe because I've seen pictures of him standing with old Andy Bashir, maybe our governor will pardon him. You never know. I mean,
Isn't it the same? Isn't it still Andy Bashir?
yeah.
I thought it
I ain't,
was.
look, it's like you got a Green Beret here, bro. A
Right.
special
An
force,
ex-Kentucky colonel. Come on.
Kentucky Colonel Green Beret. Come on, man. Like this guy's legit. He got
Right, for
19
real.
confirmed kills.
You got to help him have him help you run for office, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Guarantee, like you hook up with Ernie, you are going to lose. That's what
I
he does.
feel you, Skunk. I feel you on that. I hope he doesn't. I hope he tries to fight it. That's
Me
what I
too.
said, because he will lose. And yeah, the circus will be fun. But the outcome for me is what's really good. Because if he did take it to trial, both of them, he would be looking at 15 years in prison.
Yep.
I'm cool with that.
Yep.
That means he's what, in his almost in his 60s, in his 60s?
Yep. But
Almost in his
right at
60s,
60.
yeah. Yeah.
I'll
So
tell
yeah,
you.
I'm down with that because I know what'll happen. I know
Yep.
he's guilty. So please, I hope, please, y'all pray, Ernie, that he doesn't take a plea deal, that he takes it to trial to prove his innocence.
Yes. Yeah. Because we want to see the trial and we want to have content outside during the trial. So,
Right.
I'll be back there
We'll
blowing
have
them
to bring the
skate pads.
paparazzi with us, man. We'll just show up as the paparazzi, right?
Well, yeah, hey, we'll say, hey, we're here for the paparazzi. We got our paparazzi badges and little cameras.
The styrofoam thing really gets me. Shows how ignorant he is to responsibility. The company also had to pay for not delivering parts on time, more than likely, and the delivery jobs lost because they were down a
Because
trucking fleet. Right,
yeah,
exactly.
because they're not
Yeah.
going to use them anymore. They failed.
So yeah, there's a lot there. Like, and just the fact that he just blew off the quote styrofoam,
I
like
got them, Redskins.
that, he could be talking about the walled liner for the van. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's expensive to
Yeah.
put a new liner on it. Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, they might be made of styrofoam mainly, but it's a liner. It's not supposed to be,
Busting the
supporting a
pieces.
house.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be able to ding it up like that. No, it don't matter. It ain't mine. It's just a ding. It's styrofoam. What the fuck? Yeah. This is coming from the same guy that eats ramen noodles raw and Vienna sausages out of the can all the time. Like, and that's the way he lives. Seen it firsthand. Actually had it verified to me too by a couple of people.
Yep.
Like, you take him grocery shopping and the kid gets Vienna sausages, spam, shit like that. He won't get nothing that you cook, and actually a lot better for you, but you know.
Yeah. Brother, I got
Yes,
some
sir.
things I got to do tomorrow, so about
Yeah.
ready to hit the hay.
Oh yeah, I get to start a stretch again, so
Yeah, you got it.
I'll get me some rest tonight.
Find out what you made of this week.
Yep, I was gonna say I'm gonna sleep off this weekend tonight and go and start another stretch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do it up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, next time we're live, we'll be live, and I'll tell you what. Until then, I'm Jimbo,
And I'm Kemper.
coming to you live from the stand.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. I know there's no